First at 4, this is our exact track 4D radar. Right now, our team tracking a threat for severe weather all afternoon long. Kim Adams standing by with the very latest.
Well, the strong storms are now off to our east, but the cold front is still yet to come through. So we might have a couple isolated showers or storms, but now our attention focuses on opening day. I'll talk about that coming up.
Local 4 News starts now with a forewarned weather alert.
First at 4, a bunch of tornado watches have expired, but we are still getting reports of damage. Like this right there, Royal Oak. This is new video. We just got this into the local 4 newsroom literally like 2 minutes ago. Multiple trees knocked down over on Fern Cliff. That's near a school on Webster. Crews there are working to try to take care of that mess. Meantime, we have a crew in the area talking to some of the residents who live near there. We will have a live report from Royal Oak tonight at 5. Now, let's take a live look at downtown Detroit. We are tracking current conditions at what could be that tail end of a very stormy day. Now, let's move over for a live look at Mount Clemens. You can see, obviously, a very cloudy situation there. A little bit of precip, it appears. Nothing too serious. Of course, we are keeping our eyes to the skies as that line of strong storms just move through the area this afternoon. We're also monitoring road conditions as the evening commute. Oh, it's just getting into gear. This is I-696 in Telegraph and Southfield. You can see traffic has slowed down there. There's also some construction in that area. So far, no reports of major problems. We'll bring you updates if that changes. Wow, what a day. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Karen Drew, along with meteorologist Kim Adams. First at 4, the forewarned weather team. Really, I saw you here early this morning tracking and pinpointing everything because we knew it was coming, but we just didn't know how severe.
Everything kind of moved up by about an hour or two. So we expected it between noon and 8 o'clock and pushed it back to about 11 a.m. is when things started to fire up. We did not get any tornado warnings or reports of tornadoes, but we did have some strong winds, and that's why you see those trees down across much of Metro Detroit. We also had pockets of very heavy rainfall and a lot of lightning. So I still have lightning detector on, and you can see there are still some strikes. This is the batch that went through southeast lower Michigan this afternoon. Now behind it, just some garden variety showers in parts of Macomb County. We'll zoom in a bit closer for you. Richmond, New Haven, Chesterfield, Macomb, Utica, Sterling Heights, raining in all those neighborhoods, but the strong storms are off to our east. Now the cold front is yet to come through, so the SPC has kept the southern part of our viewing area in a marginal risk for severe weather. But as I discussed yesterday, when we got the storms in the afternoon, it sort of robbed all the energy and all the instability from what's coming through tonight with the passage of the cold front. So I don't expect any of these storms to reach severe limits, but we could still have a couple of thunderstorms here and there through about 8 o'clock tonight. Then it looks good for tomorrow for the Tigers game, but a little breezy. I'll talk about the winds for the game tomorrow. The weekend looking and feeling really good with temperatures this weekend getting back into the 60s. Now, I mentioned that the cold front is yet to come through, so we can't rule out a couple more of these showers, maybe an embedded thunderstorm. Not expecting severe weather, but something you'll want to keep an eye on, especially if your kids have sports tonight. Download the forewarned weather app and you'll have interactive radar right in the palm of your hand, and it will give you the radar for your neighborhood.
All right, thank you, Kim. Now, every time there is severe weather, many of you do worry about your power going out. So far, it looks like most of us are doing okay this time around. This morning, DTE was gearing up for potential problems when 50 trucks rolled out from the Redford Service Center. The utility company has also called in crews from out of state. At last check, there were more than 7,600 customers without power. Now, that's a small percentage of DTE's customers. The company also shared this safety reminder. You should always stay at least 25 feet away from a downed wire and call for assistance. Overnight, storms turned dangerous for a couple in Macomb Township. That's when lightning struck their home, started a fire. It happened near 23 Mile and North Avenue. A couple didn't want to speak with us on camera, but they did share video of the damage inside their home. Take a look. Wow, they tell us they heard that lightning strike, never imagined it would actually hit the back of their home. The roof so badly damaged they can't even get inside the house. The couple believes the home is a total loss. They're meeting with insurance people and trying to figure out exactly what is their next move. Now in other news, Detroit police, they're investigating the death of a man who appears to have been mauled by 2 stray pit bulls. We're told the body of a 68-year-old man was found in a building over on Fort Street near Junction Avenue. That's in southwest Detroit. Police suspect The man may have been trying to feed the dogs when he was attacked, but they're still investigating those circumstances. We've got a crew working this story right now, talking to their sources, and we'll bring you any new information tonight at 5. City of Highland Park responding to a big setback in that battle over the unpaid water bills. The city says it just doesn't have the money. Yesterday, the state Supreme Court rejected an appeal from the city to avoid paying $24 million in unpaid water and sewer bills. More than 100 communities have had to help pay that cost, but Highland Park says the problem isn't going away anytime soon. Today, the city released a statement saying, quote, now that GLWA's manufactured overcharges have sailed through the courts, Highland Park's annual water and sewer bills of $7 million and growing are almost as much as our total property tax collections of $9 million per year. It's not clear what happens next. We'll keep you posted. Governor Gretchen Whitmer has officially wiped away a state law banning abortion that's been on the books now for more than 90 years. Today, she signed that legislation to make the repeal official. The law became the focus of a heated legal battle after Roe v. Wade was overturned last year. Then voters passed Proposal 3 last November to put what supporters call reproductive freedom into the state constitution. So that made the law moot. State lawmakers still voted to repeal the 1931 law earlier this year. Now, Local 4's Paula Tutman had a chance to sit down with the governor for an exclusive interview just before the governor put pen to paper this morning. They talked about how the battle over abortion rights is still playing out all across the country and how that could have an impact right here in Michigan.
I am about to slay 3 zombies with 1 pen. Let's do it.
An historic day as Governor Gretchen Whitmer signed 3 bills that amount to the repeal of the 1931 law that banned abortion in Michigan.
During the conversation around these laws, I was asked often about this trigger law, and I had to explain, no. This is not a trigger law. This is a zombie law. This predates Roe and is at threat of coming back to haunt us all.
In an exclusive interview, the governor expressed why getting this law off the books has been so critical.
This 1931 law, I think, really woke up a lot of people in this state to recognize that we still have a lot of old laws on the books that don't reflect who we are, and the demand for fundamental freedoms was real. We saw it in the ballot box, we saw it in the outcome of the election, and now it is time to repeal this old law. And I think after what happened in Wisconsin yesterday, after what we saw in Kansas about a year ago, this is a fundamental freedom that people have come to expect and rely on and are willing to fight for.
The signing in Birmingham today, the site chosen according to her office because the belief that Birmingham tends to vote conservative, and she wanted a footprint in a community where she believes the tide is changing. And indeed, the room was celebratory.
In the last year, this has been at top of mind for me. I've had 2 high-risk pregnancies. So when we were planning on having our second, the thought of not having access to abortion care and reproductive health care in my own state was terrifying.
But the day was not one to celebrate for Right to Life Michigan and those who are in the anti-abortion camp.
It's a sad day. You know, it wasn't inevitable. We knew this was coming. It's something that the governor campaigned on heavily. So this is not a surprise, but it is nevertheless a sad day.
But a changing tide does not shore up the fight. The next battle over abortion access is over the so-called abortion pill, which is likely to be banned by a Texas judge in the near future. And that would indeed reduce Michiganders' access to that form of abortion care.
50% of all the abortions performed in Michigan are through the abortion pill. We know that the abortion pill can lead to some complications, incomplete abortions. It raises our concern for health and safety of women. And so we're very eagerly awaiting the judge's ruling to see whether or not he will pull the abortion pill from the market.
Mifepristone is a drug that has been used reliably, approved by the FDA for a long time. So changing this, eliminating access to this, will impact women in Michigan and across the country, and that's why we're going to continue to fight to do everything we can to create greater ability for women to access their reproductive choices.
This is obviously such a polarizing issue, also very, very personal. And we wanted to find a way to tell that very personal story. And so, Karen, hope everybody will stay with us. 6 o'clock, the tale of 2 women. Why 2 women see this same issue in very, very different ways. And the governor actually responds to how they feel about that. So I'll see you back at 6.
All right. We look forward to that. Thank you, Paula.